Okay, now we are back and we will be talking about objective number 3, which is going to be the organization's stability strategy. And what is a stability strategy? A stability strategy is one in which the organization maintains its current size and its current level of business operations. So if we were to look at stability as an appropriate strategic choice, what would we be looking at? If the industry is in a period of rapid upheaval with several key industries and general external forces drastically changing, making future predictions or taking risks is going to be very high. Alright, risk is, the outcomes will be very uncertain. Now, let's assume that the industry is facing slow or no growth opportunities. Just say all of a sudden the industry and whatever culture we were talking about had a really rapid growth, or maybe a new product, an inception of something that has a really great attraction to the end user, and something goes wrong. It needs to have some downtime to critique a few things that maybe the end user isn't liking. So we need to kind of regroup, go back and figure out what's wrong, but at the same time not think we're going to lose competitive edge. If it's a large established firm, say like Apple or Microsoft in a large industry, well, it might be in the maturity stage of the industrial life cycle in one of its products. So that happened, let me see, with when Microsoft introduced Vista, and then it knew it had to change. It got rid of Vista, and then it went into Windows 7, Windows 8, and that worked out for quite a while, and then it went to Windows 10. And in between there were a lot of critiques, so they kind of took their time in coming up with subsequent versions of the same operating system. But these are strategic decisions, so whenever you have downtime, you want to really minimize the risk that you're taking. Sometimes that's impossible, especially if you're not where you want to be in the market. So you have to kind of be complacent where you are and kind of not look at growth but more of stability. If a small business owner feels that the business is unsuccessful enough, is successful enough just as it is, and that adequately meets the personal goals, then it's okay to maintain stability, but you don't have a lot of growth. You look at it the same way you will look at stocks. If you have some really good stocks that are aggressive, that all of a sudden take a hit in the market, you could see a rapid rise and a rapid decline. So then you may turn around and say, I'd rather have more stability, less of a risk, less of a yield, but I am guaranteed to get this income, but at a much lower rate. The market works very much like that. So when you're dealing with products, one of the things that you may want to consider is implementing a stability strategy. So the thing is, during stability, the organization does not necessarily expand its level of operations. It won't put new products on the market, it won't develop new programs, or it won't add production capacity. However, organizational resources, capabilities, and most importantly, their core competencies can change during periods of stability. They just won't get bigger, they won't expand. So when do organizations most often use this period of stability? When they want to kind of do a SWOT internally of their own company, without necessarily looking at particular markets and their external environment, but they want to go back and they want to assess their internal operations and activities and give the organization time to take a little breather, step back, and prepare itself for more challenging growth strategies in a more conservative area. So once an organization strengthens its resources, capabilities, and core competencies, it's ready to start growing again. So should stability be long or short-term strategy? Definitely short-term. You don't want to be stable for too long or stagnant, because then you start losing competitive edge. The external environment continues to change. So what do we get out of this learning outcome, number 3? What are we supposed to learn about a stability strategy? Stability strategy is one in which the organization is going to not grow, maintain its current size, take a breather, and look back. So when might an organization choose a stability strategy? When an industry is in a period of rapid upheaval, several key industries, general external forces changing drastically, and what they want to do for future growth is highly uncertain, this is when you want to kind of do that internal assessment, but not lose competitive edge and very conservatively keep your market. The other thing is when organizations take off, have a rapid period of growth, they need downtime to kind of look, make sure it's got the resources that they need to continue growing and build up its strength again. Many firms in a large industry are in what they call a maturity stage of the industrial life cycle, and when they're in the maturity stage, they're going to start thinking of R&D, research and development. So assess where they were, where they are, and ideally where they want to be. So that is learning outcome number 3.